Well, made it into Calgary, about to take this bus and head into Banff, start the race tomorrow. So can't believe it's finally happened. Got all my stuff in a box, got all my gear, ready to give this thing a shot.
Winter in the States. She said in Phoenix the first year, so that's like choice of destinations as well.
So I just rolled into the hostel where I'm staying tonight, so now I've got to put this bike from that box, got to put it together. Here we go. So here I am in Banff. Man, Banff, Canada, beautiful. Tomorrow morning, about to go, or at least attempt to ride 2,750 miles from Canada to Mexico, unsupported, off-road. I will say this, it's a little intimidating when you show up here and you see the size of these mountains. It makes you feel really small. I tell you what, fear, insecurity hit. But you know, it's just one, I'm gonna go into this going, I'm gonna try to take every day as it comes and enjoy this. I'm just so honored to be here. Like, all these things had to fall into place and so many people have helped me get here. I'm so incredibly grateful, and so I'm excited about this trip and excited to give it all that I have. So tomorrow, who knows, the journey begins, and I hope it ends. I'm gonna do my best to see it ends in Mexico.
It's good to have Bob.
So here we are, start of the race. Man, have no clue what to expect. You know, I think it's a little intimidating to show up something where there's a lot of veterans here. I'm definitely a rookie. I mean, thinking that I got my bike in January. Some of these guys have been biking for decades, but you know what? I'm always one, I love the underdog, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Again, I think I'm not naive enough to believe that it's gonna be harder, longer, lonelier, scarier than I can ever imagine, but that's what I signed up for. So I'm anxious to see what the future holds. I mean, battling with fears of failure, like what if I don't? But here's what I think. You know, I think of what if I failed to try? So I'm gonna go out here and give it my very best, try to get to Mexico. So here we go. I'm looking forward to spending some time with Jesus and coming back spiritually refreshed. Hopefully accomplishing something amazing. That's the goal. Here we go. Yeah, the best part about it.
And it's got a little cool. The greatest go crazy.
Here we are, kickoff of the race, rolling start. So time will tell. Check this out. This is where a forest fire was. Amazing. Rain's coming down. Day 2, day 1 was miserable. Probably one of the top 10 most miserable days of my life. It rained for, geez, 10, 11 hours straight. Was able to get 110 miles in, just mud and rain and cold, and so my hands are so numb. I'm a little worried. I woke up this morning, my hands, part of them are still numb, so I don't know if it's a nerve thing or it's just the cold. So praying that changes, because I have a hard time even like closing zippers, unscrewing things with my fingers, like they don't want to move. So a little crazy. But yeah, actually, because we're in bear country, stopped in a hotel that had one of this small town, and so I was able to get a room, split it with a few guys, cut down on cost. And so this morning we're up and gonna go for day 2, try to go another 110. Probably can't see this, but I'm actually on asphalt, which is nice. Straight out, leaving that motel, I have about 3 miles of climb. So it's beautiful though. Check that out. What? So anyway, back to the grind. Here we are, Canada, trying to make it to the Montana border. Beautiful, single track. It's gorgeous out here. Check out those mountains. Wow. The rain has stopped. Sun's trying to peek out. So just riding some of these long, endless gravel roads in the midst of the mountains. Beautiful. This is my friend Matthew from Italy. Today we have some strong headwinds and some mountains. 2 things that don't go together, headwinds and mountains. But the sun's out, thank you Jesus. The road just kind of washes out. Yeah. Way down the hill. Up a mountain. Been a crazy day. Took a spill in the lake, or actually in a creek. Took a spill in a creek. Actually, the tube to my Camelback got caught in my tire. Crazy. Found if it can happen, it will. So we made to Butts Cabin, but it's not enough mileage. So we've decided we're going to try to push on through bear country. We'll get there at night, but I'm here with a buddy, and so we're pushing on. We're going to bivvy up at a campsite, primitive, but there's several other guys there, so we should be good. But we'll be riding at night for the first time. Here we go. So last night, bivvied out here, a little cold, a little wet, got in about midnight, raining, and then get into a sleeping bag and shivered most of the night. So I'm going to try to get up now, try to make it to the U.S. border. Here we go.
Go, go!
Come on.
Just climbed up an incredibly steep, muddy, pushing your bike literally this steep, and if you fall backwards, you're rolling down the side of a mountain. Little sketchy, but got it done. And now this view. That's the view you're rewarded with for getting to the top.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm at the top of this mountain pass. I need a little water, so I'm going to filter it from this. Got my handy dandy filter right there. Water bottle. Here we go, check this view. What? What? So I've been walking, so I've been riding my bike for 2 hours straight up a mountain. 2 hours. A little crazy. So I'm walking the last piece of it. But as you can see, man, I am up. In fact, if you look over there behind me, I'm getting in the snow range now. It's unbelievable how far these mountains go for. It'll definitely break you. Keep moving. I have reached the top. Been riding since 7 o'clock. This morning it's about noon. So believe it or not, I now have a 10-mile decline. Straight into town where I'm going to eat me the biggest something greasy and something hot. That's all. Here we go. So I just crossed over into the U.S. border. I'm now in Montana. Gonna go in here and give me something to eat. I'm starving. I stayed last year. I stayed this quick and filling. Climbing up a steep pass, trying to get the whitefish. So last night I rode with another guy, name was Steve, and we didn't make it to the campground, about 5 miles shy. So we camped out. It's always good to have another guy with you in grizzly bear country. Hung our food up high, nothing got into it. So it was beautiful. Last night I just laid there. I'm in a bivvy, which is basically a plastic sack you slide your sleeping bag in. So I was able to just stare at the stars. You can see so many stars here. So gorgeous. So as I ride, I just really is worship. And it's rough. Backside hurts. Everything's starting to hurt. It's day 4 now, so been climbing. Hopefully hit a bike shop and whitefish, and keep moving on. Just put the bike in the lowest gear, or the highest, however that would be, and just keep riding.
Grayling? Is it that type of trout?
Staying outside Glacier Cyclery, so these guys are helping me out. Need some new brake pads, need some new stand sealant in the rear wheel. One of my brakes cords is not working right. It's amazing how much punishment you put not only on your body, but on these bikes. And so, been an incredible journey. I will say this, I learned a couple things. There are no such things as mountains in Ohio. Dear Jesus, these mountains are incredible, beautiful, but incredibly rugged. And people that do this race are just another level. I mean, tough, hardcore, rugged. So, but it's been amazing. I mean, I'm seeing part of the country you would never see unless you go back roads. And so, sore, beat up, hands numb, backside hurts, but that's what we signed up for, right? So, but I'm having the time of my life. Last night I was able just to look up at the stars and man, gorgeous. So hope to see how long it takes here. Gonna grab me something to eat and then hopefully push on, try to get some more miles in. That's it. Just left the bike shop. Guess my brake was shot. So I'd hold all the way to the handle and it would kind of work. So going down some of these steep mountain passes. So got that taken care of. And jumping on the road, trying to do another 41 tonight. Maybe dark when we roll in, but there's actually a small, very small motel. I'm gonna split with another guy. We're gonna most likely hang together till we get through grizzly bear country. So tonight though, I'm gonna be in a hotel, wash some clothes in the sink, and get rolling. So I'm actually on pavement. What is pavement? So I'm loving this. We're cruising right now, nice and smooth, but the views, breathtaking. So anyway, looking forward to get a good night's sleep tonight. We're gonna get up at 4:30 tomorrow morning, hit it hard. Today is day 4, tomorrow heading day 5. Guys, I'm talking to some guys, things are starting to blow up. Knees are going out, Achilles tendons, a lot of numbness in the hands, so I'm experiencing some of that. But hope to keep going strong, time will tell. So it's getting late. We decided not to stop at Ferndale in a hotel, so I'm gonna try to press on. We got a 6-mile climb ahead of us. And then we're gonna go down the other side and there's just some, I don't know, forest. So we're gonna find a spot to camp and try to get our miles in. That's the plan. So made it to a lodge. It's been crazy. Last night, rather than stay in a motel, we pushed up, way up the mountain, came down the other side, started raining. A little bit nuts, got in my bivvy in the rain. And the rain got in there with me. So laid in a wet sleeping bag, didn't get much sleep. Got up early this morning and pushed through another couple passes. Miserable, mud, rain, wet, cold. So it looks like the weather's moved out. We stopped at a lodge, gonna eat some hamburgers, and then gonna try to push and try to make it to next destination. So
we're gonna make it.
We're gonna make it.
Want a picture, Marty, with you on?
It's awesome. The rain has stopped. So man, we were able to get a burger and warm ourselves, and so here we are. We jumped on the bikes and heading with a few guys over the pass. I promised my wife in Montana, Bear Country, Canada, I would hang with some other people. So anyway, enjoy hanging with these guys, and the views are stunning.
Hey, no way.
No, it's perfect.
Bike movie.
Here we go.
What's up, C3? Out here in the middle of Montana, trying to make it up these mountains. I'll tell you this, they're a lot steeper than it looks right now in this video, but getting the lungs going, and the scenes are amazing.
Amazing. By the way, this is the Chase group.
Yeah.
We're chasing Josh, Cato, a couple other guys up there.
Just right over the hill.
They're not too far ahead of us.
400 miles.
They're on the same computer screen.
If you zoom out to the whole US.
If you're following the blue dots. But this is a pretty awesome group. Here we go. There you go.
All right, man. Oh.
Nice save.
That would have been bad. They're numb. Slept in a motel last night. First time I showered, I think, in 4 days. So it's bad when you walk in and something stinks. You're like, oh, it's me. So anyway, pushing on this morning. Sun is out in beautiful Montana. Oh, it's day 6, I think. We've done just ate lunch, and we've done just over 50 miles. But again, I'll say this: if you're watching the tracker and you see me going 3 miles an hour, that means it's a mountain. Some of these mountains you will literally climb for hours, and then you fly down the backside at 27 miles an hour. Gravel road, and then start all over again. It's crazy, you know. And I'll just say this: already there's been some highs and lows. You know, that first day was so miserable. I'm like, dear Lord, do I have it in me? You know, and I think anytime we're trying to accomplish something, crossing our divide, there's going to be those times where we question. But you know what? It's just, I think it's that perseverance of trying to continue to go on and feel better today. Feel pretty good. But that could change in 15 minutes. You never know. So hard it is to just keep plugging along. I'm going to give it my best every day. I'm going to give it my best. And so I will say this, the two words to describe this, I would say, would be gruesomely beautiful. Now let's go with this, beautifully gruesome. That's what it is. It is a grind, and you know, riding all day, and you got to do bike maintenance, and you got to get food and water stop and bathroom, and it's just nuts. So, but I'm enjoying this. The views are amazing. It is incredibly refreshing. I feel like it's weird. I feel like I'm on the edge of tears all times. I don't know. So I had a great worship time with God this morning, and look forward to have some more ahead. Poor Man's Pass. And so we're actually crossing the Continental Divide right now, which is separates the east from the west with the Rocky Mountains. And so these are some serious Rocky Mountains. But this is my rig, so I've been riding. It's amazing with the punishment that you can dish out on these bikes, and they just seem to continue to perform. So we're gonna keep dishing it out. We've got several more hours that we have to go. So let's keep moving on.
Right, always the optimist. Maybe more than several.
Trying stuff out. Everything was soaked last night. So last night, rode in the rain, pushed through. It was miserable, man. Near the end, you're talking, you know, I was at 10,000 feet of climbing, so 3 mountain passes, and it was pouring rain. It was muddy. Wrecked my bike. I'm all right, just a little scratched up. So moving forward, got up a little bit later today because we got to go to the bike shop, get some brake pads, so they don't open till 9, which is nice. I actually got probably more sleep than I've got the whole 6 former days combined. So I think I got 6.5, almost 7 hours. So I think I maybe 12 hours in the 5 days before. So feeling really good right now, better than I have in a long time. So trying things out. Gonna hit the bike shop, get something to eat, and try to push on. Trying to cross the divide. I will say this, trying to hit that 110 mile day is crazy. Crazy. So we haven't had the weather that we had hoped, although today it is looking sunny. We've had really rain, I think, every day. Yesterday, first half was nice, then it just poured. The day before, it poured, then it turned nice. So you never know what you're gonna get, man. These are the Rocky Mountains, but I'm just gonna take it one day at a time. So we're in Helena, Montana, starting on day 7, I believe, Thursday. Here we go. Getting some work on the bike down in Helena, about to push on. The sun has come out. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Sorry. Still climbing. You know, I think we'll climb for, I don't know, 6+ hours. Guess the only way to experience this would be to get on a bicycle trainer, turn it to where it's very difficult to move, and then ride like that for 6 hours or 8, I don't know. Difficult. My legs are beyond burned. They're just kind of numb. You know, I think any time in life, like, you try to accomplish something that's outside the realm of comfort or even your abilities. I mean, all these guys out here are like experienced mountain bikers. I am like the ultimate newbie. got my bike in January, put it together. I rode 2 gravel roads and I did some training on the road. So, but trying to make it through. I think there comes a time too when you're trying to accomplish something where the shine wears off, you know, like it sounds good, it's gonna be awesome, it's gonna be an adventure, but then there comes a time where it's hard. The shine wears off and you have to make a decision. Guys are starting to scratch now, knees are going out, Achilles tendons. And one of the leaders ran off the road, got injured. I mean, it's crazy stuff. But I think, you know, everything in life there's like a price tag. And this is a heavy one. And I'm paying it. I hope I can continue to pay it along the way, but I hope to continue glean from this. Last night again was crazy, it was a little scary, it was, I don't know, but all those things, all those experiences, when I think of life, like we are the sum of our experiences and relationships. Of course, our relationship with Christ is the one that shapes us the most, but we're shaped by those things and experiences and how we handle them, if they drive us up or drive us down. And so, I don't know, get kind of emotional, but I just want this one to drive me up. And last night was at one of those breaking points. It's cold, it's dark, it's rainy. I thought I was there. I had to ride 10 more miles to get to a hotel. And thank God I got there. Went to the convenience store at 11:30, bought a whole bunch of junk, went back to my room and ate it, and was able to fall asleep. And you know, but every day's a new day. So this morning the rain's gone, the sun's shining, I feel better. I feel like I got beat up, knees hurt, but this is an epic journey. What is yours? Morgan? This is Butte, Montana. Look at this place. Amazing. So we covered 71 miles today. I hate that, not far enough, but covered 71 miles today. Some of the toughest terrain we've covered yet. Had to push the bike, sometimes pushing it up over your head almost, up rocky passes, unrideable. Gonna go down here and get a burger. So this is day, I think, 8. So we only went 71, like I said, last miles yesterday. Some of the hardest 71 miles we've done yet. Just mud, rocks, pushing our bike. So today we actually have asphalt for, I think, quite a few miles. So anyway, we got a decent start, got up about 6. You know, there's so many things you have to take care of along the way. I mean, you got to have food, you got to have bike maintenance, you got to have water, sleep, you got to play the weather patterns, right? Like, are we going to camp out in the rain, or can we make it to that hotel? A lot of crazy stuff. So, but it's been an incredible journey. I'm journeying with a couple guys right now. We kind of spread out during the rides, and we come together at the major turns. And so, continue to ride on. Going to go grab a burger up here at a diner is the plan. At least that's what it says. Sometimes though, you'll show up and you're starving, you rode for 10 hours and there won't be anything there, or it'll be closed. Oh. But here we go. don't get started here. Yeah. See why they call this the hardest mountain bike race in the world? It's pretty hard. I think now, whatever day I'm on, 8, I could say, hardest thing I've ever done. Man, this is pretty incredible. I do praise God though, there's no rain today. We've had rain, and I would have taken my picture camera out to show you, but my hands are completely numb. It's covered in mud, and I couldn't push the button. It's bad when you can't even like zip a zipper. But it is gorgeous. It's like you ride or push for like hours to get to the top of a mountain pass, and then you zip down the other side, and you're down in 20 minutes, and you do it again. So if you see my dot and you're watching, and you're like, why is he always going 3 miles an hour? It's because I'm grinding up these mountains, usually in a low gear, spinning for hours. But when you get to the top, you're rewarded with incredible beauty. So I'm about to get to the top. Just hold it, ready? At the top of the mountain pass, man, you see behind me, incredible beauty. I see why they call this big sky country here in Montana. Got some snow. Heading down what they call the backside of this mountain called Fleecer Ridge. I don't know if you can see this. It's way steeper than it looks. I just rode like ridiculous. Okay, here we go. Flew down the hill for like 15 minutes straight at like 30 miles an hour plus. Miles an hour, 34 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour. I'm breaking the speed limit, 36 miles an hour. Miles an hour. Woohoo! So I'm out here in Montana. It's about 9 o'clock, 9:07. So I've been on this main road. I'm going to ride over here. I guess it cuts back off on some trail. So in the middle of Montana, it's supposed to be a beautiful night, no rain. I'm gonna camp out here by myself, and just me and Jesus. Looking forward to it. So it's about 10 o'clock at night. I rode good distance, brushing my teeth like every good boy should, and gonna hit the sack. It is so quiet out here. It's crazy. Except for maybe a cow or a coyote. There's the cow. So looking forward to a good night's sleep. Hello? Hello? Can anyone help me find a bathroom? Anywhere? People are very helpful. Starting to get some good weather, sunshine, and a little bit less mountain, so able to put in some miles today. Just stopped at a diner, put in 80 miles, about 2:33, about 3 o'clock, stopped, ate, reloaded at a convenience store. You know it's bad when you walk out of a convenience store paying $37 for junk food. But that's got to be my dinner tonight. It's got to be my breakfast tomorrow. It's got to give me another 55 miles, I think. So before I can resupply, so I'm enjoying this. It's beautifully rugged, but it really is amazing. Met a guy at the diner, ibikeforgod.com, I think is what it was, and he travels around the U.S. Nothing, and God supplies all his needs. Crazy. Prayed for me. Actually gave me a really prophetic word over my life that lined up, confirmed a few things. Kind of crazy. It's amazing how God puts you in the right place at the right time to connect with the people you need to. And so just one more. Also had the opportunity to share the message of Jesus with a few guys. So it's been a cool trip so far. So last night slept at this campsite right on the edge of Idaho. The mosquitoes were so bad you could hear them swarming. And so survived the night. Thank goodness I had a head net, but up fairly early. I've officially made it to Idaho. You know, they say your odds of finishing this race go up drastically if you make it through Canada and Montana. I guess 153 riders started. I heard word on the street is 45 have already scratched for one reason or another. This is a incredibly tough race crossing the Continental Divide. I think I crossed it 17 times, I think. So I've already crossed it several times. Beautiful out here. And so look forward to about the 100 or so miles to Idaho, and then I head on to Wyoming. So this is Idaho. Man, these are these trails that we're following, and it is ridiculous. It's like sand. And I think we have 48 miles of this. And like you almost fall the entire time because it's so thick of like riding in, it's like riding on the beach. And then it's bumpy so you can't get any speed. It's a little crazy. 48 miles of this here in beautiful Idaho. Then hopefully we hit another trail or road.
I needed just a little motivation to try to follow somebody.
They must also use it for target practice. So this is my spot tracker. This is how you're able to see me and how I'm able to function. This button right here will cost me about $25,000 and will bring a helicopter if needed. But from this is what shoots up, and that's what you see coming over if you're following me online. Pretty cool. I'm gonna put a few more miles in before dark. slept at a campsite last night. Man, some guy was nice enough to go and bring us back some pasta. It was late. Trying to find a hotel room. Everything is booked or $300 up here. So still camping in a campsite cost me $10, but slept well, no rain, and so today trying to get 150 miles in today. I got to set it up right to go into the Great Basin, which is this huge desert. So time will tell. So yesterday rode some of these roads I thought would never end. I don't know. I think sometimes in life, yeah, we're looking at the map, thought, man, we're going to make great time today. Did okay on the mileage, but was hoping to go farther, but just couldn't. The roads were horrible. Had some hike-a-bike where you're literally pushing your bike uphill. And man, near the end, I'm about ready to bonk. And I'm like, I've got to get something to eat. It's starting to get dark. And praise God, man, there was a lodge that wasn't on the map. And had a big double burger and fries. Oh, and was able to stay at a lodge. There was another guy here, so we split it. So that was my first shower in 3 or 4 days, I think. So it felt so good. Washed my clothes in the sink and got a great shower and a great night's sleep. So looking forward to trying to push on to Atlantic City, Wyoming before I head across the Great Basin, which is a giant desert.
Desert chicken over there, it's snow.
Yeah. This is incredible. I'm not even pedaling, and I'm going 18 miles an hour down this dirt road. It's pretty smooth. That heavy wind behind me, awesome. You know, it's really almost like when I'm working in cooperation with the Holy Spirit of God, it's like the wind's at my back. You know, there have been times where I tried to force things and maybe went against His will, and it's like wind in my face. I don't know about you, I want the wind in my back. 25 miles an hour. .30 in the morning. Just climbed a little mountain. Heading across the Great Basin Desert. 140 miles of nothing. And so we've got a lot of water and food. We're ready to make this trek. Probably the last water I'll see. It's amazing being out here seeing the sun come up. I'm seeing antelope running. I'm hearing coyotes off in the distance. You know, it's just even in this desert wasteland of the basin, it's just amazing to see all of God's handiwork. I mean, all creation is crying out and pointing to a creator. And so, man, for me, I'm just out here in worship. I find myself writing and just crying, and it's not bad tears. It's good tears, and just so far, what an incredible journey. Last night stayed with amazing couple, Bill and Carmela. Wild Bills is what it's called. Man, those people are just great hosts. So got in kind of early, got my miles in. Me and a couple more guys showed up, and they served us a great meal and breakfast this morning. So I got a shower again. 2 days in a row. So smelling good and feeling good. And so now I've got to push over this 140 miles of nothing. So here we go. I cannot believe how quiet it is out here. Listen. crazy out here in the Great Basin. Like, as far as you can see is just nothing. I don't know if you can see the road down there. It's not even really a road, it's more like a path. That's where I'm headed. Over the horizon. Tell you what, being out here, you realize how small you are, and you get a real big sense of how big God is. So out here in the desert still, been riding for about 7.5 hours. We got up real early. I had an extra bottle of water, and I dropped it somewhere. Probably going down one of those steep mountain passes. So, I think I'm gonna make it. Don't tell my wife. Is this thing on? I should make it with enough water. It's not too awful hot yet, but it's pretty warm. I'm wearing my clothes because I'm trying to keep the sun off of me, man. It just bakes you. So, not sure you can see that because it's so bumpy. Let's try this. So riding through the desert, been riding for 7 hours, and had plenty of water, and somehow one fell off my bike, so I dropped a bottle of water bottle. So I'm hoping I have enough to make it to the end. The Lord multiplied the loaves and the fishes, right? So God multiply my water. I think I'll be all right. More miles. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early amazing grace, how sweet the sound that I exalt thee. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. Do the hokey pokey and I turn myself around. That's what it's all about. Sorry, a truck actually came by. What? All right, but hey, maybe Ricky put like 2 hours later, and I can still be making dumb noises, right? Yole hee hoo, yole 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 hee hoo. Yo 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 yo. Get delirious. Got something to eat back there at the Subway, feeling good, and heading back out on the road, try to get into several more miles. But ahead of me is some torrential downpours. I mean, you can see it, but it looks like the wind is going to push it away. I'll show you. Hopefully I'm going to miss it, blowing out of the picture. And the sunset. Oh, come on. So we just crossed over into Colorado. Beautiful up here. And so I've been riding since about 5:45 maybe. And it is now about 9 o'clock. They say there's a lodge up here that is friendly to Tour Divide riders. Friendly meaning they don't mind that stinky guys walk in and they're willing to give us a meal. So I am dying for something to eat. I've been eating garbage all morning. convenience store food, so I'm ready for some real food.
Small crazy.
No, I
Dang it. Sorry, man. Hands a little numb. Steamboat, Colorado, trying to make it to Silverthorne, and I'm having a breakfast of champions. I think I've consumed more Pop-Tarts, pastries, chocolate milk than any other time in my life. So in fact, I walked into the store and I gotta look what's got the most calories and what has the most fat. That's what I buy. Is that crazy? So I am eating thousands of calories every day, and I'm still losing a little bit of weight. So I can't afford to lose anymore. So I'm gonna keep eating. This is one of let's try this. This is one of several passes I got to go up and over. I'm gonna cover over 10,000 feet of vertical climbing today, and just thinking, we hinder ourselves like. We never truly understand how far we can go until we've pushed our limits. I think the limits are limits that we've created in our hearts and minds of, really it's a box, it's fear and it's comfort. And most of us live inside fear and comfort, whether an experience, whether maybe just in our mind, whatever it is, we live inside those. It's time to push them out. And again, you never know how far you can go until you push farther than you've ever been. That's what I'm doing now, and I've never climbed this much in my life. Didn't think I could do it. I mean, in Ohio, around where I live, 1,100 feet. It's probably maybe 1,200 feet is the highest point, and we'll be approaching, I think, close to 12,000 feet here. So push the limits. I'm right now crossing over the divide. In this race, the reason they call it Tour Divide is it follows the Continental Divide from, of course, Canada to Mexico. The Rocky Mountains are what divides the continent. And so you cross over back and forth about 17 or 18 times. So I'm now about to cross over, probably number 8 or 9. The cool thing about this is all that work is about to pay off, because now I'm about to fly downhill at 20 or 30 miles an hour for several miles. And I think it's the same way in our life. Like, we all have this divide. And for some of us, I don't know, it could be mentally, it could be a stronghold in our life, it could be an addiction, it could be anything that keeps us from knowing or walking in the fullness of God. And so, I look in the scriptures and it says that Christ Jesus says, I desire not only to give you life, but abundant life. So let me ask you this, what is standing in the way of abundant life for you? What is that divide that God is asking you to cross? That's the path. I had to cross the creek. That's some cold water. just realized the harder the climb, the better the view. So the day was pretty rough. We went from Steamboat, Colorado to Silverthorne, about 130 miles, but the issue was 10,000 feet of elevation. So there was a place in between, about 88 miles, but you had to leave the route for a couple miles to come back. And so rather than do that extra 4, I thought, I think I got enough, I'll push. And tried to push through, and I'll tell you what, it beat me up. I was bonking on the end, had one more climb, and like my legs, there's nothing left. Thank goodness it was about another 10 miles, most of it downhill. Able to make it here and split in the room with a guy. And we try to get up early and go again tomorrow, but that was difficult. I'm glad to be in a hotel tonight, that's for sure, especially in the state of beat up that I am. So hope to get a good night's sleep. Mountains will do it. Up early, 20 miles in. This is Breckenridge, Colorado. Beautiful little town. Just came through a thunderstorm. These worked as the best gloves ever. Put them over any glove, always waterproof. I was a little worried though, I didn't see any lightning. I guess a lot of people die every year from lightning strikes. So, especially being up on these mountains, up and down. So I kind of skirted around the edge. I still got wet, but I'm out of it now. Thank God, no lightning. Until I'm getting farther south. Vegetation's getting less and less. It's starting to get drier and drier. Beautiful out here. Such a big space. Climbing today for hours. So this is some couple big passes in Colorado. I'll reach right at or just under 12,000 feet elevation. The air is thinner. Colorado. Right at 11,000 feet. Still got some snow up here. What goes up must go down. Coming into the town, Sergeants. I gotta resupply because there's nothing for 100 miles. So gotta make sure I have enough food, water. I'll be camping tonight in Vivian most likely. And yeah, I'm gonna go buy some junk food. I just can't put into words how beautiful this is. I mean, what an incredible adventure. I'm just so grateful for everybody that made this possible. And man, it's truly amazing. I mean, I just come over the next hill and I just say, God, you know. I mean, I just stand in awe of who He is. And I think you get a divine reality of His greatness and His glory. I look over these mountains, I just lost in worship. Glad there's a stop sign out here. Somebody could get hit at this intersection. So after about 10 hours of riding, I guess I did have about a 20-minute break. I stopped at a gas station. I'm gonna have me a delicious smashed ham and cheese. It's the little things in life. So today has been an incredible ride. Over 10,000 feet of elevation, and I think today I'm going to hit 145, maybe somewhere around there, maybe even 150 miles today, 150, so just under probably. So a great day. I've still got about 15 more to go as the sun goes down, trying to make it to the next town. So rolled into town last night, probably 10 o'clock, and got 9:50. So I was able to get some stuff at the convenience store before it shut down. They let us heat up some food there, some gas station food, and then we just found a place at the park and camped. So I was with another couple guys. They had to roll early. I would have, but I got to get a new chain. So bike store opens at 9. I'll be there at 8:50. Get it replaced, and then we got a ton of climbing today. Got me a new chain, breakfast at Subway, coffee while I was waiting. It's 9:43. I hate the late morning, but I definitely need to put a new chain on before I take off. I'm not sure if there's another bike shop, so today is a ton of climbing, and I'm about 700 miles from the finish. I can't believe it. It's starting to become a reality. It's just like something of this magnitude. It's almost overwhelming. Like, am I ever going to get there? You just keep riding, but you know, I think it's like life, crossing the divide, right? It's just one day at a time. Just do what you can do in one day, and then you get up and you do it again. I had a wise mentor tell me one time, he says, Conan, if you just do the right thing long enough, it all pays off in the end. And you know, just trying to get up and, man, get some miles in and enjoy the beauty and, you know, work through the aches and the pains. I will say this, I appreciate all the prayers, and a lot of guys' bodies are failing, and mine is holding up very well considering the 5 crashes and everything else that's come along in this crazy journey. I'm just incredibly grateful and blessed. Been climbing for about 3 hours and close to the top, but a lot of climbing today. Man, it's just, I look over there, I see some rain clouds forming, so I need to get off the top of this mountain because lightning strikes are pretty bad, especially in the afternoon. And since I got a late start, I had to get my chain, a new chain, so gotta keep moving. But man, you can definitely feel the air is thinner. It's kind of nice though. I was burning hot, sweating like crazy, peeled the shirt. As I get closer to the top, it's nice and cool up here, so loving it. So, it started sprinkling on me. I just rode out of this valley where it's starting to come down, and I hear thunder getting beat. Mosquito! Where, man. But I just rode out of this as hard as I could for about 20 minutes, trying to get free from all the rain. So it sprinkled on me, but it has not poured on me, so I'm almost out. There's brighter skies over there. So it's about 5:20 and I'm waking up. Still a little too dark to see, but beautiful watching the sun come up. Ready for another day. New Mexico. I had no clue I was camping less than a mile from the state line. So the final state, they say it is a little crazy. They say it's one of the toughest states. Believe it or not, there are mountains in New Mexico, and so I know it's going to be really hot. I hope being at a little bit higher elevation it'll be a little cooler. So I don't know. I mean, there's some resupply distances. Man, some of the guys on the trail were saying close to 200 miles without water or food. So it's going to be I don't know, it's going to be a challenge trying to carry all that, trying to figure out how to carry all that. So, but we're almost home, man. I'm ready to be home. Miss my family. And New Mexico. These roads are pretty tough. And these aren't the worst. I just pushed my bike up for about 20 minutes up a steep path with worse rocks than this, but this just kills your time. Can't make any time, beats you up, beats your bike up. Guess that's why it's Tour Divide.
You guys tell everybody, this is the route I'm going to take.
They have one route that's published.
Clean. Chili?
So last night stayed here in a small town called Abakai, and was able to wash some clothes in the shower in the bathroom and feel a lot better. So got a decent 7 hours last night. Good sleep, and so today I guess it's supposed to be one of the toughest climbs on this journey. They say the roads are so bad you can't make any time, just rocky, beat you up. Got to climb, I think we're at 6,000, got to climb up over 10,000 feet in this first climb. But after that, I think, not by Ohio standards, but by Tour Divide standards, the trail levels out quite a bit. And if I can get good roads, then we can make some time. If there's a lot of washboard, which is kind of where the wind makes these rivets, it's brutally painful, just jars the bike, no fun. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Feel pretty good. Got to hit a convenience store up here, just opened, Opens at 6, so I'm gonna be there right at 6. Gonna load up and make this 80-mile trek to the next town of Cuba. I'm grateful to God for that. So, still climbing, just climbed about 1,000 feet. These are the roads that make it difficult, make it very slow. Stopped up here on top of this mountain and eating a breakfast burrito, trying to get some more calories in. So one of the few breaks I usually take during the day, unless I find a restaurant. I usually stop, but nothing for quite a way, so enjoying this burrito. It's amazing, man, the land is beginning to change. Of course, it's looking like desert. It's getting hotter. The good thing is today we're going to be higher elevation, so even in New Mexico where it's really hot, the higher elevation keeps the temperature cooler, so it should be good. But this is a grueling race, and man, with just a few hundred more miles to go, I think I'm at like, I don't know, 500 miles or something. I can taste the finish line, and I want to get there. These roads are awful. I've only went 28 miles in about 4 hours. Not making good time. Just, you can't get any speed. Beats you up. And man, a thunder clapped right behind me. Thunder just clapped right behind me. About 10,000 feet up. Scared the mess out of me. I mean, it is loud. That is an intimidating sound. So I'm trying to beat that. Trying to beat that thunderstorm. I definitely don't want to get caught on it up here in the mountain. Got some hail. If you look around, the whole ground is pepper with it. It just rained. Thank goodness I didn't get caught in it. It's right ahead of me. But it's crazy. Temperature just got really cold. And hail. Like nuts. It's crazy. So glad I wasn't caught in that. There are mountains in New Mexico. It's beautiful. Well, the roads have gotten a little better. I thought I would go down. Done 62 miles. 56 of it was really rough road. And just beat you up, beat your bike up, slow going. So it's a little quicker now, although I'm waiting for this downhill because we were like 10,000 feet elevation. So still waiting. Again, 62. Got a little water left. I got to make it to 80 for the next stop. Time will tell.
말만 여러분이 다른다고 하면 되게 권위적일 것 같아요. 되게 권위적일 것 같아요.
That kids.
Throwing it down. Going Big Mac, pancakes and sausage, French fries, and a salad, and a drink. I'm starving. I got 5 hamburgers to go. Let's eat.
Keep moving. I'm sure you guys will catch me. By the time we get to Grant.
Yeah. Yesterday left Abakai and had probably 70 or 80 of the toughest miles. Just those roads, but was able to get through in about, took a ton of time. But it was all pavement to Grant. I was riding with some guys late into the night. Man, they were cruising. They all race bikes, mountain bikes, cyclocross. They were gonna pull a 200-mile day, and about 150 into it, the wheels started falling off for myself. So stopped at a little church in the middle of nowhere, and camped under their awning, and they even had a well outside, so I was able to refresh some water, which was nice. But this race is really grinding. Trying to make it to Grants. So at about 50 miles left. I'm 26. It's nice to be on the road, making really good time. I was gonna say this road hasn't been busy until right now, but you know, you learn a lot about yourself in a race like this. You have a lot of time to think and reflect, a lot of time to cry, a lot of time to look deep in yourself and test every fiber of who you are. Still can't believe I get the opportunity to do this, you know. Out here in the desert, it's 8:42 in the morning. I guess the monsoon season has started early, good and bad. Bad means you're probably gonna get rained on. Good is, there's also some cloud cover so it's not as warm, which is nice. So, but as you can see, just desolate land. A couple big mountains. This washboard, oh, got off the pavement. Now we're on like this is pretty smooth right here, but it's been that washboard sand, just beats you up, and then you're afraid you're gonna fall. Slows things down quite a bit. Trying to make it to Pie Town. We just pushed like crazy to get to Pie Town a half an hour before the restaurant closed. It's one of those, you don't understand, like, you're so hungry, you know. For me, starting kind of thin anyway, my body is eating itself, so I can't eat enough food. So I'm gonna go in here and throw down some barbecue and a big pie by myself with some ice cream. I'm gonna try to push on it. We're at 121 miles already today, but man, I'm gonna try to keep pushing. I guess we have 16 miles of single track coming up, which is supposed to be very difficult, and then another tough stretch, and then it looks like it levels out. So I don't know, I'm trying to be done here by Saturday, so time will tell, but I'm gonna give my best shot.
I shouldn't be expecting any other bikers?
Not after him, there's nobody. It's all right. I think I'm gonna take it back. Toaster House. So last night ate at Pie Town, very good. Stopped at the Toaster House and went about 25 more miles. Bivvied, stayed dry. This morning packed our stuff up, got up about 4:30, and all of a sudden the rain's moved in. So it hasn't been raining hard. It has been either a sprinkle or a drizzle. And trying to make it to Silver City, which would be 150. You piece of junk. Just experienced misery. The rain, it started raining, so it's been raining all morning. It just stopped. It's about 2 o'clock now, but we hit some peanut butter mud, which literally locked up the wheels, the chain. You could not pedal. Set us back about 2 hours to find the rain stopped. The roads dried up a little bit, but incredible. I was pushing my bike, the wheels locked up, I don't know, half mile plus maybe. It's just like, what are we gonna do? And so, out of it now, got my bike cleaned off and moving forward. Man, this is the Tour Divided. It's tough, but just gotta keep moving. It's almost like forward progress. I feel like I was inching, pushing with all my might to get my bike even another foot. But one step at a time. I would have never thought New Mexico has mountains, but dear Lord, they do. I was trying to make it to Silverton by nightfall, trying to hit 150 miles, but these roads are just muddy. Again, we're held up for 2 hours because of the mud caked, couldn't even move. So, it's one of those rough, like you're exhausted, you're tired. The roads aren't cooperating, the weather, it's raining. So, it's 5:30. I probably have 5 more hours of riding maybe. So, I'm just gonna keep motoring along, hope to get there. The goal is then to push, sleep for a few hours, and then push the next day, get back to cross the line on Saturday so I can be home, fly home Sunday, be home for 4th of July. That's the goal. We'll see how it goes. So for the second time today, this roads are impassable and my tires. They won't even turn. I scrape it off and I can go about 5 feet. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. So last night, went about as far as I could. Finally hit some pavement, but that only lasted for like 2 miles. And they put us on the CDT, Continental Divide Trail, which was sketchy at night. Man, I was making stupid decisions, almost wrecking, so I made a decision to, about 11 o'clock, just bivvy. So now it's 4:30. Jumped up out of bed and going to try to push through, but now I'm like probably 160 miles from the finish, which is pretty devastating. Man, I was hoping to be to Silverton, which is still another 34 miles maybe. So anyway, I'm up, and hopefully the sun's going to come up shortly. I can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to make the best of it. Sometimes things don't go the way you want. Man, last night just exhausted, tired, beat up, sore, just rough. So hopefully when the sun comes up, things will get a little better. So here's my question. If I'm putting on sunblock for the 4th time in 4 days without taking a shower, does that mean it's like 200 block? I don't know. I guess I'll reapply. And the final leg, coming out of the mountains and descending into the desert. Man, you can already feel it getting warmer. It's about 10:30 in the morning. But really, man, it's just far as you can see is just still on the road for a little bit longer before we go to a trail, and then I get to finish on the road. But let me check this out. The great thing is the majority of it is downhill. Praise Jesus. Because I've been in the desert on a horse with no name. Actually, I named my bike Trusty. My trusty steed. He's a little beat up right now. Back tire slowly leaking. I wrecked and bent my derailleur. Shifting a little rough. But Trusty's gonna make it. Come on, Trusty. Come on, Trusty. Out here in the desert, I have to pump my tire up about every hour. It's just, but I don't want to put a tube in it because they have these goat head spurs, sand spurs that puncture your tire, and I'm running tubeless. So if one of those do, it'll fill it. So it's kind of weird. I'm not sure what's going on, but making really good time. I actually have mostly a tailwind. Chestnut. Yeah, Kona's on the left.
Yay!
Woo!
Way to go!
Come on. Conan! Woo! 2,700.
We made it. Congrats, man. Oh, thank you. Dang. Nice race, Paul.
Yeah, that was a fun race.
65-mile race.
I kept looking back and like, no, he's there. He's there.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
We're a little muddy.
It's a little bit warmer here too.
Yeah, it is.
I missed it actually.
Oh, that was nice getting the cool. Oh, yeah. Clouds came in.
You guys get that much. You guys push strong at the end there.
We didn't make it a whole lot longer, though. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank
We
you.
were all stuck.
Can you believe? Cannot believe it's over. Close to 2,700 miles. That's probably the most grueling, beautiful, epic adventure that I could ever ask for. It's one of those I don't think I'd ever do it again, but I would not trade this experience for the world. Crossing the divide. Crossing the divide.